Let's do a quick video about the side quest. Hi everybody, welcome to what is the final week. This is your final opportunity to go and battle out some of these. I don't know if anybody is remotely interested in the side quest anymore, especially because Mysterium. I do think Mysterium is good, but I do think that there comes a point where is this something that just goes on and on and on and is a bit too stale. But there are some interesting things you can pick up in the side quest. But in particular, the Trader's Outpost. Before you go in, make sure to check your totals of your Mysterium. Don't go over when you're collecting a lot of it. And how the side quest works, if you don't know already, or just starting, which would be a bit weird if you're in the fourth week and making a decision to actually go in. You've got a load of kimono beads, and you're looking to yourself, where should I use my kimono beads? Use your kimono beads in the ritual. Once you've done the ritual, this one right here, you can then go into your vault. Of course, there are varying different types of vaults, and once you collect the rewards once, it's gone. Absolutely gone. So, from a point of view of the grind, go into the Deathless Ritual and use a very smorgasbord of champions. There are some good options this week. It is very much a cosmic and tech. So, cosmic and tech-orientated champions to use, many of which will be used in fights for footage and clips that are on screen right now, or possibly right now. Anyway, there's so many. Gamora's fun, Gallon's fun, Lady Deathstrike's fun, Shuri's fun, Infamous Iron Man's fun, Omega Sentinel's fun, Hercules is fun. Any powerful cosmic champion and tech champion are going to be very helpful right here in the quest. I would warn people on Darkhawk. If you're going against Darkhawk, then you're probably going to need a miss and auto block counter. Luckily, an SP1 from that ever delightful Hercules, and as well, I think with Serpent, you can get exactly that. So vigilance passive, vigilance buff with Cosmic Ghost Rider, but also that's that. Watch out for Havoc. Make sure you've got a champion that's a tech champion that has an armor buff. That way you can deal with that plasma detonation. So what of the Vault and some of the various different champions that you're going up against? I don't think I found the best option to take down Deathless She-Hulk, especially with having to have a champion that deals crit me with your best shot. A champion that is able to crit is going to be a very decent asset. You can do an intercept and gain a precision passive, which of course helps out with getting your critical hits and therefore playing into all this. There's Cold Turkey, Flabbergasted, and Cruel to be Kind, and Spooky Movements. Unstoppable, while the defender is dashing forward or performing their first medium, they gain an Unstoppable passive. Largely, it depends on how you're playing it. I kind of went with either parry or allow the champion to heavy attack me, light attack rotation, and not light attack rotation, like a full rotation. It's difficult if the enemy does that dashing forwards. You want to be able to if you make sure that's sorted out, you should be fine. But that was my biggest sticking point there. Also, champions that purify are not advisable because of degeneration. And also because you get the power sting on you, that's a problem as well. You need your striker in order to get it off. Providing you understand that and play around that, and more than likely you'll be SP3 rotating. It could be Mole Man, Falcon, Black Widow, Deadly Origin, and Cap Infinity War, maybe to mitigate some issues when it comes to the Unstoppable, but as long as the enemy doesn't Unstoppable, you should be fine. Otherwise than that, use Unstoppable counters like She-Hulk, anything that's got an access to a slow debuff, or any kind of like Unstoppable suppression like the True Grit buff and Beta Ray Bill. I just used Bullseye and made a pig's ear of it, but you know, it is what it is. Against the Hood, miss counters possibly would be the best way to go with this. Wild time blocks when the attackers start a 9-second timer. If the attacker's wild time blocks gain, blah, 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 blah. Falter, miss, problem. Okay, the champion does have power focus, so the defender gains X combat power while below 2 bars of power. So you'll find that the enemy will be ramping up to SP2. Guess what the Hood does as an SP2? It turns him, invisible. So he's going to miss. So counter the miss. Human Torch, Photon, Mega Sentinel, if you get tracking on. You've also got Bullseye. You've got Nick Fury. Anything that's got a miss counter within it is probably going to be good here. Power and the class disadvantage with Hercules, up to you with it, but I don't know if that's going to be a good thing. But hey, you know, stranger things have happened. Vox is a little bit tricky because he has false confidence, press the advantage, unblockable specials, and occult immunity heavy, and stun immunity. I play against Vox in a way that I push him towards an SP2. It's not easy to do, but if you're able to get just below that first bar of power going into an SP1 and maybe like staying into a block, then what you can do is if you've ramped yourself well and you've got a special attack ready to go, you can just push on through, do a special attack, or, you know, chain into getting the champion to an SP2 and staying blocks when he does his heavy attack, which he does that kind of thing to blast away, swipe away, swipe back in, build him up to an SP2. It's just the SP2 is easier to evade if you're having a difficult time evading the SP1. That's my just like top pick with taking on the champion. Mystic champions do work, but they don't. They do work because there's some champions that are able to punish if a buff is created, like Werewolf by Night, Mordo, America Chavez. Amazing champion for this, and a few others. Now I've put Juggernaut in because Juggernaut's Juggernaut and does all those amazing bits of damage. That's kind of why, and he has Unstoppable, which can be quite fun to kind of be able to mitigate some issues from stuff like the unblockable coming towards you. Either way, those are some top picks of options against it. But yeah, as I said, try and keep champion to an SP2. Should be fine if you have any issues with the SP1 rotation, because he is unblockable, by the way. And the final champion is going to be Guillotine 2099. The champion has super buffet, so effectively get a buff, she gets a regeneration. If you're able to suppress that, that's fine, because you do actually get that as part of Chum the Waters when the attacker dodges the attack both champions inflicted with a heal block, so that helps out mitigate that issue. I didn't find any problem with using Medusa. Any armor breaker champions, parry heavy, knock the champion down, and then you've got that kind of miss bypass. Yes, it does play into stop hitting me, but apart from that, it's a doable fight. That's probably the most easiest or less complex fight, depending of course on champions that you might have. And that is going to be it for the side quest and the final one of this. I'm very much looking forward to a next month of side quests. It should be fun times. I hope you have a lovely day, whatever you're doing. This should be the second Thursday video of the day, and we'll see what's going to happen later on. There could be some more stuff. We'll have to see. Probably some gameplay stuff of Zola and the Falcon. So we'll see what's dropping. Anyway, cheers, have a lovely day, and goodbye.